Hey guys, Micah McGee here. This video is about castrating animals. So you already saw that in the title. You already knew that and you clicked on the video anyway. So I'm assuming you're going into this with a measure of knowledge of what you're getting into. But this video is going to be a little bit graphic, but not extremely graphic for you. And what I'd like to do is teach you what I have recently learned about castration. I knew that the almanac was a good thing to go by to show you the dates that were best for certain things, and castration is one of them. Now, when you castrate an animal, you're taking the risk that that animal could bleed to death if you do it wrong or if something goes wrong. A lot of animals, especially big ones, like I'm doing some older rams. That's what I'm castrating, is old rams, and I was pretty worried that they would bleed to death because they're going to be apt to bleed heavily. And I'm going to tell you later in the video, towards the end of the video, I'm going to tell you why that I felt the need to castrate these animals in the first place. You may be saying, why in the world do you want to even do that? So I'm going to explain that to you later. I was told by some old timers, if you're going to castrate animals and you don't want them to bleed to death, you got to do it during the right signs. And I asked them what the right signs were. And they said in the knees and the feet. And I looked at it, I don't know nothing about signs. I mean, I'm not into that stuff, but I have heard enough stories of people that have had animals die on them, and I decided I'm gonna pay attention. So I looked at this calendar here, and we decided to castrate on the 31st, on New Year's Eve. And as you see, New Year's Eve is in the feet. And that is the reason we decided to do it that day. Now there's other days around that time that's in the feet, but we did it on the day that we did it because it was also cold. And cold restricts blood flow, and those arteries are naturally going to be clamping down. And so what we discovered was, yes, these sheep did bleed a little bit, pretty good. And don't worry, I didn't get that on camera, but you know what, they stopped bleeding. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. It was like it just dried up. It was amazing. And they went to eating probably within 10 minutes after we castrated them. It was incredible. They did so well, and I'm proud of that. So I just want to get into the video. You know, guys, there's not a lot of homesteading channels that's going to bring you information like this, and if you feel like you are getting value out of these videos, I would have really appreciated if you just consider just hitting that red subscribe button and subscribing to the channel, because our goal is to keep bringing you stuff, helpful information that is relevant to the homesteader's life, not something that is not going to be really helpful to you. So if you don't care, just go ahead and hit that red button. Hey folks, Micah McGee here. We are getting ready to castrate these rams. These rams have gone as long as they can go. They've gone too long actually, but the almanac said that the end of this month was best time to castrate, and I was wanting to do it by the almanac because they got pretty good size running gear, and so I didn't want them to bleed too much. So we're gonna get in here. We're gonna have to hold these sheep and let the cow out. We milked this cow this morning. Joe milked the cow this morning, and so we got to get her out so that we can get to work castrating these sheep. Matt, can you go open the gate? Go out. All right, shut it back. Folks, the way we do this, we use a knife with a new blade. That way it's very sharp. And the way we're going to do it, we're going to cut all the way down to the bottom. Basically, we're not going to cut up towards the top of the sack. We're going to cut only at the bottom, because if you cut at the top and you don't cut the bottom, what you end up with is a bowl that catches the blood that drips down, and then it stays there and it can cause infection. So you want it to drain out. You want it to go. That's the way we did the pig when we did him. Worked out super well. So that's what we're going to do with these sheep right here. I'm going to get Joel to help me hold these sheep, and we're going to just go ahead and castrate them now. All right, Joel, come here. Grab him. Now, you're going to stand behind him and just hold him where he's facing me this way. All right, we've got them castrated, and what we're going to do is keep an eye on them and see. The reason you castrate these things is because if you've ever cooked like a boar hog or a ram like this, they can really smell, they can stink up your entire kitchen, and what happens is the meat tastes about as bad as they smell. So when you castrate them like this, it kind of takes care of that. So we're going to turn them out, we're going to watch, and if they stop their bleeding, then we're going to let them heal up, and we'll probably won't butcher them for another few months. If they don't stop bleeding and if it don't work out, we're just going to head and have to butcher them now. So I know it's a little bit graphic, but that's just part of the nature of the farm sometimes. And anyway, that is a how-to on castration, and we're going to get on out of here. We'll see you on the next video. It's been 5 days since we castrated the sheep, and as you see, they're eating, they're up, they're doing great. They're 100% great. I cannot believe how well they did.